Yeah, we are. All right. Howdy, y'all. Welcome to another No Lander Gaming live stream, y'all. We're here for, once again, the IROs. Apologies. Round 4, Stint 8 of the GTEC, y'all. We're just a couple of minutes early. Actually, we're right on time. But we did want to get a good look at these liveries, as last stint we were unable to do that. So, come in a little early, get you a great look at some of these liveries. Here is P1R out there on track right now. Driver is France K88. Absolutely blazing guy. Look at the air he catches there. That was gorgeous. So, let me see him now. Just going to get the Wow, did we really get 5 new subscribers on that last? Five or 6. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. They are now just doing the out lap. They will jump into the pits and wait to be called on by their teammates to be able to start their stint. That is how it rolls here. Stint 7. As their teammates come into the pits, they will, as soon as they are stopped in their pit box, they will tell their teammate to go, and that's when we'll see these guys get out on the track here. And this ought to be pretty sweet. Weather seems like it's going to play mildly for this stint. We shall see. Either way, at least they're not dealing with the weather and the all right, this isn't gonna work, and the darkness, right? Okay, so just got to get this posted in the right place. Where is media? There it is, right there. All right. Good stuff. So, everybody's just finishing up watching Stint 7. They still currently have a couple few laps to go left anyhow. So, yeah. Let's see. Currently they are at the end, most of them, of lap 12. And they should be coming into pit at the end of lap 15. So we do have a little time on our hands, and that's all right. Like I said, we will just enjoy some beautiful looking liveries here. Here's teams OVO in that 111 Porsche. Very nice indeed is that. Distinct Gish for S7R on the number 7 Porsche. Had a mega unfortunate disconnect at the pretty much the beginning of last stint for Stint 7. That's mega unfortunate. So here's a good look at the number 224. Has been having a brilliant race all day today for Team NWR. And yeah, looking forward to see what they can do now that it is definitely daylight out here on the Nürburgring today. We are getting into the 16th hour of racing here for the IRO's GTEC 2026 season, round 4, stint 8 of the NURB 24, y'all. That's right. The Nürburgring Nordschleifer. Love it. Absolutely love it. Get you a good look at Gillet. For Team Inferno BMW. Jonathan driving for my team currently in the Porsche. Oh man. Oh, I gotta get that iron stopping to poke me. It's poking me. So, Esports Race Asylum's driver for this stint will be Kaza, very fast driver as well. Looking forward to see what they can do this round, or this stint rather, and the round, as they are the defending champions, hence the number 1 on the side of that Porsche there. So very good, very good. Indeed, some brilliant looking liveries. Absolutely love that. Kaza's got the best one. And no, that's not my opinion. That's a fact. Oh. Hey, Nuke, how we doing, man? I appreciate you stopping on in. Yeah, indeed. For the time being, it's a little lonely. Appreciate having you here, though, man. Good stuff. So, and our Tommy, I'm guessing that is correct. I hope so. In the 66 car for GT Finland team. Nice look at that livery. Love the fade from a deep red to black. France K88 driver for Project One Racing Team. And that beautiful green and gray and red livery. I absolutely love that. Doing third official and watching both streams to keep the kids in order. Good stuff, my guy. I love it. Thank you for your effort, sir. Much appreciated. Again, y'all, if you're just tuning in, we're here for round 4, stint 8, the IRO's GTEC season 2026. And stick around because there is no better endurance racing going on in the world. It's right here. It's all happening right here. This outlap alone will be 10 minutes, so plenty of time to get a great look. There's a nice look at that livery right there. Let's move on. Serdaxium here. And the other Ferrari, one of 2 on the racetrack here today at the NERD 24 hours of racing. Again, jumping into the 16th hour once this begins. Still quite a lot of racing time. I mean, a lot can happen in 8 hours remaining of racing. So, yeah. Very excited to see what happens in the upcoming stints, as well as this one, obviously. And again, the weather is definitely seeming to be quite friendly for the racers here in stint 8. So looking forward to some pretty darn fast laps comparative to what we have been seeing. I do see windshield wipers on. It is sprinkling just a bit, but it is not coming down like it has been in previous stints. However, this, of course, is just this certain part of the track. Of course, there could be 100% completely clear and shining blue skies on the other side of the track. That is the norm here at Nürburgring. Elite Racing Squad BMW. Liam is their driver for Stint 8, so love to see that. New racer for me, and Sir Daxium as well. I don't believe I've had the pleasure of watching him either. So Hyde there for QRT Esports Racing Team, the number 64 Porsche there. Absolutely brilliant looking livery on that car as well. Do like that. I do like that indeed. Although it would look so much better if that purple was with green. Again, that would be my opinion. That's not factual. But nonetheless, great looking livery. So last but certainly not least is Maddie for the Feel Good Racing Team. Get you a good look at that beautiful Porsche as well. Very well done livery in the 303 Porsche there. Again, still some time left. Looks like midway through the pack, as in top 5. We've got a battle currently with Harlock and who is that? Nixon. Harlock is all over Nixon trying to grab P4, and he is not going to do it because Harlock is going to make a last-minute pit stop with just 2 laps to go. I'm not entirely. He must have been on some really worn tires. Thank God on the weather. Yeah, man. I mean, rain racing is great, but I don't want to see the entire race in rain. I want to see these guys really light this track up and really get an idea of the speed that they can really carry around this track is just phenomenal. I mean, it's seriously some impressive stuff. Again, some of the world's very fastest sim racers in the IRO, and it is an absolute thrill to be able to call comms for them. Definitely want to say a big, huge shout out to the IRO for putting this whole thing together and for all the incredibly hard work that it takes behind the scenes to pull something like this off. And I think they've really done an incredible job. It does take quite a large team to be able to do something like this, and they're always looking for people that would like to volunteer their time to be able to help out. So y'all, if you're interested out there, definitely get yourselves into the IRO's Discord and just give them a shout and say, hey man, I've got some skills in this area or that area and whatnot, and I'm sure they would be glad to have some help from another committed lover of racing. So very quickly here, it will be the big calm before the storm of racing. And we will have several minutes, and I do mean several minutes, of waiting. Shouldn't be all that long, actually. Let's see. I need to see who is. I mean, I can see who's in P1, but I don't know what team it is. It's. It might be ERS coming out first. No, it's not going to be ERS. It's got to be. It's not going to be them either. It must be. No, not going to be Kaza. Who will it be? Oh, wait a minute. I'm looking for the flag, and that's not going to tell us who's in first place. Like, duh. NWR will be in first? All right, all right, all right. That is that beautiful looking Ferrari we took a look at not too long ago. Let's find it. There it is, right there, the 224. The NWR team will be the first team out on track. But with what kind of lead will be the question. And yes, sir. Yes, sir. And what will be even more interesting is to see the potential shift in the dynamics of pit strategy here for coming into the later stages. We may see some off the wall, less than 10 seconds it'll be. Oh wow, oh wow, we may have a battle on our hands, you know, pretty quickly. Right from the get-go on this race, so that'll be great. So it'll be VQS Melvin will be the driver of that beautiful Ferrari, the number 224. So can't wait to see that. An NWR driver get out there, lay down the rubber, and try to tame the beast of the Nordschleifer in the beast of a Ferrari. So that ought to be great. Absolutely looking forward to that. They've already got them tires sitting there ready. They are not coming out on those intermediates. I would bet money on it if I was a gambling man, which of course I'm not. OBO in P2, FGR in P3. Very good, very good. We'd love to see that. OBO has just been right there battling throughout the duration of the GTEC for season 2026. LVO, FGR, I just said it. NWR, was it? Yeah. NWR, yep. There are so many great teams out here, great names in the world of sim racing, y'all. Y'all ought to do some digging and just find out the names that are, you know, in this league currently. I can tell you there is quite a lot of Gran Turismo World Tour racing drivers. You don't get any faster than the guys that are on the track. Now there may be guys that are not on in this league that are faster, but I am guessing with as much as these teams are enjoying this particular setup in endurance racing, that next year the competition will be even stiffer, and it is going to be probably literally nothing but World Tour drivers in the whole thing. Like, that's my hope for them. That's my hope for the IRO. Like, I would love, love, love to see them doing nothing but World Tour drivers. And, of course, be able to do comms for World Tour drivers it's an absolute blessing. And I couldn't be happier about it. As much as I don't race anymore, just due to time and the amount of pain I'm in and all that kind of stuff, just from getting beat up in a log truck all day, y'all, I absolutely love doing commentary very nearly as much as I love racing. So it's certainly a pleasure and a blessing to be able to do commentary for the likes of these racers, man. I'll tell you. And I hope I do it some justice. I'm no Mr. Broadbent, but one day, who knows? It'll be roll over, Mr. Broadbent. There's a new commentator in town. Oh. I'll tell you, I'm loving seeing what that guy has been doing lately in the real world of racing, as well as Super GT. Misha. I forget the other guy's name that races with him. But man, they have been just out there really, really making a name for sim racers. Like, they have gone out there and flat out proven that without a doubt, you can put a sim racer in a real car and they will do well. I'll tell you that right now. Like, 100%, no doubt about it. So, final lap. It ain't gonna be long now, y'all. It ain't gonna be long now, and we will have racers on track here to start out Stint 8. And woo-wee, I'm excitable. I am excitable right now. Let's grow racing here at the Nürburgring Nordschleifer 24-hour event with the IRO GTEC season 2026. Fun stuff, y'all. We're just having some fun. We's just having some fun. I could have done that actually a heck of a lot better, but I don't know. I was just having a little fun with it, man. Leave me alone, man. Like, it's all just fun and games, man. No. Oh, come on, get on track here. Okay, so race leader has currently, in Stint 7, just gone through the first carousel. And yeah, won't be long, y'all. Won't be long now, y'all. Hoping for some good replay action this time. Didn't get to really have much of that in our stint. It was very, very clean stint. Good racing for Stint 5. Yeah, super clean. Really quite uneventful in the way of any bad crashes or any such thing like that. Yeah, everybody had a real good race. Seen some movers and some shakers, some people moving up the ladder, some people moving down the ladder, some good battles here and there, all very nice and clean, very respectful. And of course, that's what we love with sim racing. We like good, clean, hard-fought battles. That is the way. Anyways, welcome in, everyone. Welcome. If you are just tuning in, we are here for the IRO's GTEC Season 2026, Round 4. This will be Stint 8. I'll be your commentator. No Lander Gaming, y'all. And man, I'll tell you, boy, howdy. It's going to be some good racing right here. Going to be some good, fun excitement. Yes, indeed. Less than 1 minute to go. And it'll be all giggity, giggity, giggity. Let's get to racing, y'all. Appreciate the thumbs up on the stream, y'all. And there they go. Hard at work pit crew engaged. Oh boy, howdy. Here we roll. Here we roll. Team NWR and that fine looking Ferrari going to go out here and show us what it's all about. For the next 2 hours, Melvin is going to be trying to run away and get more than just a 10-second gap over P2. And he is off and screaming in through the first chicane, getting just a little bit sideways, just playing just a little bit. Track conditions are not 100% dry. Here goes Humbert here. Out behind him. Only 5.9 second gap. So, oh boy, howdy. Team OVO on the charge. Gonna absolutely be sending it into the next realm of racing they go. Melvin leading the way for Team NWR here. And here comes Maddie for the Feel Good Racing Team out on track. 53.9, 54 seconds in behind. P2 currently, a lot of time can be made up in 2 hours worth of racing. Certainly 1 minute is doable. You can definitely make a big charge on that. But we're going to be seeing these drivers. These drivers are so fast that they're very closely reaching what the possibilities are of these race cars on this track, right? So to gain an incredible amount of time is going to start getting harder and harder as the weather stays clear, perfect optimal racing conditions. We're going to start seeing these lap times drop considerably comparatively to what we have seen in previous stints due to either the darkness or very alternating weather patterns, weather fronts moving in and giving the track a good drenching. And then of course we see, at the Nürburgring, a lot of times we will have absolutely sent it through there. Boy, howdy, that was quick. I love that. If I'm on point, I can take that pretty quick. Not that quick. But I love that. So here comes the Elite Racing Squad. Driver is Liam there in the 73 BMW. And wow, that BMW had a great stint 6 and 7 because they were considerably further down the order, now up into P5, just 2 minutes and 40 seconds out of first place. Here comes Esports Race Asylum's Kaza here. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant livery. Some fella knew what he was doing. Oh boy, look at y'all up in the chat. Howdy y'all, what's going on? What's going on? Let's go. Hey May, welcome in. 50-second gap from P1 to P2. No, it's only like 5 seconds, buddy. 6.6 seconds from P1 to P2. 50 seconds from 56 from P2 to P3. A minute 39 from P3 to P4. 23.6 seconds from P4 to P5. Only 12 seconds from P5 to P6. Next man out on track for Project One Racing is France K88. Another brilliant racer I've had the pleasure of racing with several times, actually. This guy has gotten really fast. Like, yeah, he's definitely a good racer. Like, obviously, he's in the IRO split one. You can't get in there and not be fast. Like, period. Doesn't happen. Yeah, no worries, baby. I got you, my guy. Yep. Tripped out for a second. Like, don't be tripping out, man. It's all just funny games, man. All right, so that Project One Racing Porsche is looking absolutely brilliant out on track here today. Again, y'all, if you are just tuning in, anybody who isn't, or anybody who's in here who doesn't know, this is Stint 8. Round 4 of the GTEC for the IRO, y'all, and y'all are going to enjoy this if you just so happen to be tuning in to the IRO for the first time. You are in for an absolute pleasurable experience, and you will see no faster racers doing endurance racing in the world. This is the best endurance racing in the world. Being broadcasted as far as I know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I really don't think anybody does it quite like the IRO. That is for sure. Dipshy, what's happening, man? Here for the donuts. Don't forget the coffee, man. Oh, we got Jelly Racer out on track for Team Inferno. 2 minutes, 56 seconds in behind. What happened to them? They fell way back in the order. Jonathan here out on track. That is a gorgeous looking livery as well. I really do like that. Also, Distinct Jish now coming out. 29.5 seconds behind Jonathan. What's the gap from Jonathan to Jelly? Is 3.4 seconds, y'all. So Jonathan, the driver for my team. Oh, it's not my team, it's my team. For that 54 Porsche there. And that, I said his name earlier, and I don't know that I can do it again. And our Tommy... for the GT Finland Racers team in the number 66 Porsche there. Really love the red to black. Jumped the rig on GTC, race to third official for 2 stints. Right. All right, let's move through. We want to watch for a P. Let's see, 4 seconds is the gap between these guys. We want to watch for a P11 to come out, but I do believe that's going to be a minute. Let's see if we can find the closest thing to a race, and that is going to be right here with Jonathan trying to chase down Jelly. So that Inferno BMW going to try to run away from my team there. I'll tell you what, there's some dang old good livery makers. Oh, very well. Nicely done. That is a great looking livery. I like that. Yeah, not too grilling this up. I was talking to Dipshy. How we doing, Dipshy? Welcome, man. Welcome, welcome. Pleasure having you here again. Thanks for stopping in, y'all. Do us a big favor and caress my buttons, will ya? Okay, so Zerdaxium is probably going to be coming out here pretty quickly. We'll try to keep an eye on that, but we want to see whether or not Jonathan is able to start to reel in Jelly here. It doesn't really look like it at all. It looks like Jelly's actually kind of pulling away in that BMW a bit. These BMWs have been strong out here at the Nürburgring today. I mean, they're up against some incredibly strongly suited cars for this track in the way of the Porsche and the Ferrari. Like, those cars are going to just be naturally very strong here. Porsche obviously being rear engine, rear wheel drive, gonna be phenomenal. The Ferrari mid-engine, rear wheel drive. At least I think they're running the 296. That is mid-engine rear wheel drive, right? Rachel, what's going on? Howdy, Ray. How are we? How are we? Good to see you again. All right, Zerdaxium is on track with a 3-minute, 39-second gap to P10. The Portugal All-Stars team in that number 4, the other lone Ferrari on track, not quite having the race that they had hoped for here today, but you know what? You're in split 1 in the IRO, so I don't want to hear any complaining, all right? No, I'm totally just kidding. I would totally understand. You want to be in P1. I get it. I get it. I would too. I'm with you. I'm with you. So let's see when Hyde comes out here. Another nicely done looking livery as well. I'm telling you, man, the talent on the track, the talent with the livery makers, the talent behind all the folks at the IRO putting this whole thing together, man, I'll tell you what, and that is an admirable feat. But the talent in the IRO is just top notch, period. Gonna be close here. So 7 seconds now is the gap from P1 to P2. Is that dropping just by thousandths of a second? Tenths dropping now. Team OVO and that 111 Porsche, man, they have been absolutely sending it. GR as well has had an incredible race. Uber lucky spin out. I believe that was FGR in the last one. Jeesh running for Blazers? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I forget what place he's in. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to just like bomb through stuff. Yeah, there we go. He's in P9, 19.2 seconds ahead of P10. They had an unfortunate disconnect though in stint 7. So they were running, I want to say like P5 or 6. I think they were battling it out for P5 and 6, something like that. Along that their way. ERA Ray, indeed, baby. So let's see, Hyde is not yet out on track for QRT Esports, and here he goes. That was perfect timing right there. That is a brilliant looking livery as well. Indeed, like I said, some outstanding looking liveries out on track. So he comes out 3 minutes and 3 seconds behind Zerdaxion in P11. That number 64 car's got a lot of work to do, but I'll tell you what, you're going to see not one driver at this level of talent. There ain't no quitters in here, I can tell you that much right now. So let us go back through the field again here. Now it is Melvin for Team NWR, that 224 Porsche, Ferrari, has been giving these Porsches a run for their money, is what I had meant to say. So, yeah, they have led this race several times up to this point, currently finding themselves with a lot less of a lead than what they did have at one point in time. At one point in time, they had in Stint 5, in fact, I think they ended Stint 5 with like a minute and 33-second gap to P2, and I'm not sure where that minute and 20 seconds went, but this team right here, OVO, has been making a heavy charge the last couple of stints to have dropped off a minute off that time. That is for darn sure, I can tell you that. They have had a DC in every race so far, so good for them. Oh my goodness. S7R has? Oh man. Yeah, you know, and it's most unfortunate. We all know it's a part of sim racing, you know. It's just that, man, as much money as PlayStation makes alone, as much money as Gran Turismo makes, as many people who play, you know, obviously the system and the game, you would think that that wouldn't be an issue, or that it would be more of a concern to try to solve that matter. Like, to me, that would be, like, if I was in their position, that would be number one thing I'd be trying to solve right now. Quit coming out with all these stupid cars. Like, you want to bring out cars, how about let's have some modern day cars, you know what I mean? Not some silly little minivan or something like that, right? Like, let's get down to business. We ain't got no time to play around. What is this? Oh. So Liam, 22.8 seconds ahead of Kaza. Kaza, 13.5 seconds ahead of France K88. Best livery on the racetrack right now is that livery right there, hands down, without a shadow of a doubt. Not my opinion, y'all. That's just facts. Oh, apologies. Of course, it's my opinion, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that would agree. JP makes some of the very best liveries in the game. Like, he just does. And I am blessed with having a fantastic, an incredibly fantastic and talented livery maker on my team for Team Rad too, in the form of Doug Barrow. Man, that guy makes some great liveries as well. Absolutely phenomenal. There's a lot of really good livery makers out here. That's a fantastic livery right there as well. France K88 for Project 1 Racing Team. Just lap 2 thus far here in Stint 8, so loads of racing left to come. doing my best to try to keep an eye on all of these prettyful little triangles ripping around the track up there in the corner. That way, if I can see if there's any spin outs or anything like that, any big battles going on, which we know there's no battles going on yet, unfortunately, but I think it's just a matter of time before we start to see these guys come together. Pit strategies and everything. Apologies, we just jumped right over an Tommy here for the GT Finland racers. They deserve some time too. Not a battle, but he is cruising. He's absolutely cruising, running purple right now. And boy, that looks, he looks awfully unstable. I hope we're not, and I'm not even gonna say it, no, nobody else say it up there as well. Can I show Liam? Yes, sir. Let's see, what is he, P4. Yep, for Elite Racing Squad. The one of two BMWs on track, and I'll tell you what, they've been, dude, ERS has been pushing hard because Stint 5, like, they were way further down the order than what they are now. I mean, I thought it was Inferno that was ahead of them, the other BMW. I could be mistaken, I don't know. I'm kind of forgetful. Forgetful fella. Where's my drink? There's my drink. So 22.3 second gap over Kaza. Kaza is a 13.5 second gap over France K88. Gelé for Team Inferno here. 9.6 second gap to P8 in the form of Jonathan. Jonathan is 24.3 seconds. I really like that livery too. It's just, I love the lines in it. It's really great. Really great to livery. The color scheme works well too. And Sheesh here in P9, we're going to see some things out of him. I think he is going to be pushing that Porsche to its absolute limits because he really wants, you could see using every millimeter of the racetrack and then some. Talk about pushing boundaries. Great looking liveries for S7R as well. I do not know who makes them, but that is a fine looking livery. Who makes y'all's liveries, Nuke? Good morning, how is QRT doing? Yes, QRT unfortunately is currently running in last place. Let's see here if I can get you a look skis. And our Tommy here in P10, 19.2 seconds out. So Daxium in P11 for the Portugal All-Stars team, and that number 4 Ferrari. At least I think that's what that said. It was a quick look. Indeed it is, number 4. And QRT. As well. I really like that livery as well. And I'll tell you, I never really was a big fan of yellow and purple combo, but that really does work. It's a very fine looking livery. We have 3-4 peeps that make that. Oh, copy that. Nice. Just a talented bunch y'all are. And not just an S7R either, y'all. These the quality of racers, you know, quality of people, you know, just in general. Big hearts, always willing to help, you know, other drivers get faster. The livery makers who are very good, they're willing to jump straight in and help somebody, you know, learn how to do something that they're unable to do on making liveries and whatnot. Just fantastic. So Melvin's still holding on to, you know, almost a 10-second gap. And basically, he's trying to run away with this thing. It started out, I think, he only had like a 5.9 second gap to begin with, but man, you can tell. Look at those lines, y'all. This racer ain't out here playing no games. He ain't messing around. Oh. Oh, Wid made this one. Oh, okay. Copy. Yeah, I like it. Did a good job, Wid. I like that. That's you can see already, just, you know, moments ago, that was 9 seconds. Now we're looking at 10.2, 10.4. Again, Ferrari's strong. It's a strong car. The 296 really is. It's a strong car, well-rounded car for suitable for the Nordschleifer. Indeed, Petty May. You got that right. So 10.4 second gap now over Humber for Team OVO. Again, this team has been, you know, definitely one of the teams that have been right there fighting at the top for, you know, the previous 3 rounds thus far here in season 2026 for the IRO GTEC. This being round 4, of course. There are a number of teams, such as Feel Good Racing Team, also right there battling it out for those top 3 podium positions, as well as, you know, S7R, ERA, defending champions. That's why they have the number 1 on the side of their car. But this 303 car has been looking mighty strong out here today. The Elite Racing Squad doing a fantastic job in that BMW. And oh, who's he tracking down there in front? Oh, I see. That's Portugal All-Stars team. Yes, indeed. It's not a battle for position, and the driver does have to give up that position at the earliest opportune time, as to not put either driver in any sort of a bind or harm's way, so to speak. Like, we don't want any crashes for sure due to trying to get around a blue flag racer. But I'll tell you, at this level, they all do an incredible job. These are definitely no beginners, and they fully understand what's happening out on the racetrack. So yeah, absolutely love to see it. That's one of the most awesome things about being able to call comms for this type of top quality racers is, you know, you're gonna see that. You're gonna see the utmost respect being shown on track, you know. Very high IQ, racing IQ, you know, racing etiquette is top notch as well. And so, yeah, it's just an absolute pleasure to watch. And again, as I've always said, you learn a considerable amount from doing commentary. It's one of the things that I also enjoy very much about doing commentary, is I get to learn quite a bit. If it's, you know, a different braking point, you know, acceleration point, turn in point, whatever, this line, that line, whatever, how people handle dirty air, and they all do it slightly differently, and the different styles and tactics that can be used. If you can try to simulate each one of them, you'll find the one that works best for you, because the one that works best for you is not going to be the one that works the best for the other guy in most cases. Indeed. Yeah, he's moving for sure. No doubt about it. But as y'all can see here, so this Portugal All-Star team, they're running P11, I do believe. But that is not to say that they don't have pace, because Liam is not catching him quickly. Like, he's not just right up on him, right? Like, this is taking a minute. Like, the blue flags are still waving, but I don't think he's really all that much closer. Again, the level of talent throughout the field is just incredible. These guys are all incredibly fast, man. Let's see how 10-second gap still from P2 to P1. A minute 7 seconds from P3 to P2. A minute 42 seconds from P4 to P3. And it's the pace that driver has for the Portugal All-Star team. I forget the name, and we'll go and look. But the pace that he has, I really would not throw the thought out the window of just staying behind that driver, working with that driver, as long as they're not holding you up, and he's clearly not holding him up. And just kind of work with him to gain on P3, because you've got a minute and 42 second gap there. That is a lot to overcome. I mean, yeah, there's over 8 hours of racing left. Oh, well, no, just under 8 hours of racing left, rather. But that's a gap. So, I mean, it's a possibility that the driver may consider doing that, because, again, you know, the Portugal All-Star team driver is certainly not holding him up at all. Like, he's got really good pace. Like, really good pace. He may be even slightly pulling away through this sector, which would not surprise me, though, as well, simply because of the fact that the Ferrari is going to be more strongly suited in these technical windy bits of the track. I get you a look at Kaza here now, 21.6 seconds in behind Liam. Kaza is definitely going to, and you can see thousandths dropping off the time between him and Liam. So definitely working hard to try to get, man, I just love the color shift in that car. It is so stinking awesome. It's awesome sauce. So 13.6 second gap to France K88 for Project 1 racing team here in P6. Also just singing along. Listen, oh man, that Porsche is brilliant sounding. BMW sounds fantastic as well. But, and the 296, really, the Ferrari has an incredibly unique sound to it as well. I absolutely love it. So Jelly with Team Inferno here. Oh, picked himself up a half-second penalty here somewhere along the lines. That's not going to help him stay out in front of Jonathan. At least keep the gap that he's got to him currently. Moving on down. So 7th, 8th, and 9th, let's see. Yeah, 7th, 8th, and 9th, all still quite close together. Earlier it was 6, 7, and 8 that were all very close together. And you know, Stint 5, Stint 6, not sure when that changed. I'm guessing at the end of Stint 6 or Stint 7, but I really enjoy that guy's name. He's flat out getting it. Wee bit of a bobble there. Get a little crazy with cheese whiz. No reason to do it. Oh. So Anatomy here in P10, 24.1 seconds in behind for the GT Finland team in that 66 Porsche there. Hey, you're in the top 10, split 1 of the IRO. Yeah, you're doing fine. Doing fine. They're Daxium here still. That's who it is. They're Daxium, dude. This guy is flat out moving. Dude, that car looked like it had the back window looks like it's busted out. When you're looking through the front, it's just so clear. And then the bottom reflection there, yeah. Yeah, this guy's flat out cooking, dude. He's staying ahead of P4 for some time. A little sideways there, a little bit. That might lose him a little bit of time. But again, running his best lap. He ain't slowing down. And that BMW is just not able to catch that Ferrari thus far. Like, he's working at it too. He ain't playing. Appreciate all the likes on the stream, y'all. Just a big favor, share it out too. Not for me, do it for the IRO. These guys and gals work incredibly hard to put this all together. So wherever you can, share it out. Let's bring them in some new viewers, y'all. Let's make this thing go crazy, huh? I want to see nothing but World Tour drivers next season. That is my hope for IRO. Literally, I want nothing but World Tour drivers, and I want loads of people. Again, y'all, if you have talents in doing this kind of stuff, if you are a commentator, if you are a streamer, if you know about racing and have taken part in doing other leagues, the IRO would love to have your help. It is an incredibly, sometimes overwhelming job to run a league, and this is the greatest endurance league in the world, and they could certainly use y'all's help if you have those types of talents and you'd be willing to donate your time. And a little bit sideways, just a little sideways, but yeah, if y'all would be willing to donate your time. And again, a little bit of a bobble there. He's cooking. He's flat cooking. You don't do that unless you're just moving. But yeah, if you'd like to get in touch with them, just get your buns over into the IRO's Discord and give them a shout and say, hey man, I got some skills in this area that, you know, there's stewarding stuff that needs to be done, all kinds of areas that you may potentially be able to help, and they certainly could use it. I mean, they're doing a fantastic job, but it can be very overwhelming, and I can tell you, they're overworked. They're working really incredibly hard to pull this off for everybody. So if you have those talents, give them a shout and help out. If she says, all right, I will sign up. Get her done, my guy. Get her done. Let's give Hyde a moment here, huh? For our QRT Esports. That's a brilliant looking livery as well. I dig that. Dig that. I never was a fan, again, of purple and yellow combo, but it really does work. I prefer purple and green, obviously, but that really does work. That's a great looking livery. And it's still, again, ain't no quit in this guy. And look, I mean, he's running, his last 2 laps were literally, I mean, an 808.726 this last lap. Previous lap, an 808.734. You want to talk about some consistency and overall speed combination? An 808 is a quick time. I mean, that's a quick time for the Nordschleifer. That's no joke. And this guy just did it within 2 hundredths, 100th of a second. That is some serious consistency there. Well done, Hyde. Very, very, very good. Very nice. Way to represent for the QRT Esports racing team there. Flat out sending it. All right, our first pit stop of the race thus far is going to be Humbert jumping in there for Team OVO. Melvin continued on. He's got plenty of racing fuel and just enough tire left to get another decent lap in, and is the fastest man out on track currently with an 801.575. Flat moving. Not the fastest we have seen thus far, I don't think. I think earlier we seen an 8-minute flat time, but I could be wrong. Your Ray deserves more sleep, yeah. Facts, baby. You ain't lying, man. Y'all, Ray puts in an incredible amount of time and effort into running this league. And yeah, does a wonderful job of it too. It's quite inspiring. Quite inspiring indeed. Okay, so now the gap with the fresh shoes and low fuel intake drops him to 45.2 seconds in, but this is the way I like to do stuff, and this is what I talk about high IQ racing, right? The man's got on the fastest compound of racing shoes, and he's very low on fuel. Not too low, obviously. He can make, he's got just enough fuel to allot for how long his tires are going to last. And that makes him as fast as he can possibly be on the track. So you don't have that kind of racing knowledge without having some racing knowledge, right? Like, you gotta know some things. So, gap in front to Humbert, 44.5 seconds, and behind is 43.4 seconds now. So Matty is absolutely cruising. I cannot remember what that time was, but I think it was very nearly a minute or just over a minute at the beginning of this stint. So Matty is absolutely sending it, and those are some pretty worn shoes on that race car, let me tell you what. But actually, I mean, for as worn as his tires are, my personal opinion, he's only going to do one more lap maybe on these tires, and therefore there's too much fuel in that car. If there was less fuel in the car, you would have slightly less tire wear. Ooh, damn, that was a bit of a moment there, using up every single speck of that racetrack you can. He didn't have a pixel left before he was, yeah, off in never want to go there again land. But yeah, I think if he was even a little bit lighter on fuel, say even half the amount he's got left, that's all it would require for him to make it to where he can do his next pit stop. But there's the opposite way of thinking about it as well, right? A little more fuel now means he'll have to take a little less fuel later, right? So they do that as well. And the BMW now, having finally gotten around the Portugal All-Stars Ferrari, and I kind of wish we could have seen that. I wonder if it just happened. Let's try to mark it and go back. No, apparently not. All right, we'll go back to the racing now. But I mean, this is the team that's what, running or is he running second to last? Yeah, second to last. And he's all over P4. I'd absolutely cruising too, because that gap was, well, it was over 3 minutes, I know that, to P11. There we go through the field backwards. I kind of don't want to, I know there's no other battles on track. Oh, he's going for it. He's absolutely just sent it in there. He's like, no, I'm taking that lap back, sir. I'm faster through this section, so I'm gonna go ahead. Don't mind me. Now that's some competitive racing right there. That is some competitive racing. And like I said, he wasn't holding that driver up at all for the longest time, and he apparently is not now either. But that also can be very frustrating for Liam. Like I said, if I was Liam, I think this driver's got good enough pace. I would just sit behind him and kind of work with him to gain that gap, because, let's see, he has a gap of 1 minute and 46 seconds to try to make up. I think that's exactly what it was earlier, too, when I mentioned it. But his shoes are very, very worn. Gele now coming in for Team Inferno, as well as Jonathan. They came in pretty close. 16-second gap between them. 13.4-second gap to Distinct. Sheesh! There he goes. So P7, 8, and 9 all fairly close to one another. I am expecting a big battle. But I'm streaming the IRO GTEC, so don't you know? Kind of be joining your chats, your party chat, my friend. Great looking look at that livery. Oops, I messed that up. I was gonna get a look at everybody's liveries once again. My apologies. Yeah. Wait. And our Tommy for GT Finland Racers is now just in behind Jonathan for my team. And another very nice, well put together looking livery is that my team number 54 Porsche. I like that. I like that, I do. So here we go, a little bit of a different racing strategy here. I think potentially what we may be seeing from Jonathan is he might potentially be thinking that he is going to make this I think that was his first pit, and I think he wants it to be his only pit. I think it's possible. I'm not 100% on that. So definitely don't quote me on that. But I'm kind of getting the feeling like that's the idea here. Like, you can gain, you'll gain yourself 30 seconds if the driver's just coming in for just a splash and dash and a new fresh set of shoes. That'll gain you 30 seconds right there. So he's only 19.5 seconds behind Gele to get up into P7. So perhaps that is part of the thinking on choosing that strategy. We shall see how that plays out for him. Sitting is getting to me, y'all. Oh. Okay. So, Gele for Inferno, 3 minutes, 19 seconds behind France K88. No, looky here. Looky here. We've got ourselves a battle on hand. This is for position for P5, and France K88 is all over Kaza right now. I am so glad I noticed that and checked that out. P1R on a charge. They must have had a pretty darn good last couple of stints as well, because they were down in like P9, 10 or something like that. Now they're battling for P5 here, and he's going to get this job done, although he's going to have to pit. Liam has just pit as well. Oh! Kaza has some front spoiler damage. Or front splitter, rather. So there goes the P1R car in. Kaza is going to follow suit. Liam is just now coming out. Three-quarters of a tank of fuel. Again, taking more fuel now means you have to take less fuel later. So it is a trade-off. But a heavier car means quicker tire wear, and it means an overall slower car. Yo, Bobby, good time to turn in, man. Good time to tune in, buddy. Appreciate you stopping on in, bud. How you been? Hope all is well with you and yours. I did not. Okay. So Liam as well, going with a strategy. I think he is going to try to run this one out as well. I think that's what we're seeing here. So 2 minutes, 28 seconds to Maddie. Maddie is 59 seconds off from Humbert here in Team OVO. And he's sending it right now, too. 3/4 of a second into the purple right now with a 33-second deficit to Melvin, who is going to have to make a pit stop. Oh boy, we're going to be looking at a lead change. So this is what I'm talking about now, because Humbert has the fastest compounder racing tires on the car, right? He's also got less than 1/4 of a tank of fuel. So that car really ultimately can't be any faster than what it is right now. I mean, unless you have brand new shoes on like you got and you got a sliver of fuel, which ain't gonna do you any good anyway. You're just gonna have to pit. But right now he can run like 4 incredibly quick laps. He may take fastest lap here. He's up nearly a second. And he is gaining rather quickly on Melvin for Team NWR. And where is he at on track? Coming through Flatsgarten now. Flatsgarten. One of the only names I know. All good, man? Hey, glad to hear it, buddy. Glad to hear it. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. You're in for a treat, man. You're in for a treat. You're watching some of the very fastest racers in the world on track right now. There are many World Tour drivers in this league. The IRO, or International Racing Organization for the Gran Turismo Endurance Championship, season 2026. This is round 4, stint 8, if you're wondering. Yeah, he is most certainly going to have to make a pit stop. And yeah, we're looking at a lead change, y'all. I mean, even to just take tires, he's looking at 30 seconds. So we're certainly looking at a lead change there. Maddie now 1.6 seconds. And he is definitely on some worn shoes and losing time to Humbert there in P2. He's going to be making a pit stop, Rooney, here as well. Humbert just coming to the end of the dotting to her 7/10. So yeah, we're looking at an 8-minute flat lap time here if he can absolutely nail the chicane there, and it looks as though he did. He was right on the very edge. It's going to be the new fastest man on the racetrack. 6/10 of a second, nearly 7 to. Oh, excuse me. So, new race leader, new fastest man on the racetrack. And I've got the hiccups. Things are happening. It's all happening. So 14.4 seconds now to the good of Melvin, who comes out squarely in P2. This is looking like a battle towards the end of this race for P1 and P2. P3, provided they don't have any serious issues, looks pretty good and locked in. A 2-minute 25-second lead over P4 for the Elite Racing Squad. 34-second gap. Oh, that's right. I forgot about this battle. It's still on. Both racers pit. Both racers come out on the medium compounds, and both racers with what I believe to be enough fuel to finish out this stint. But unfortunately, Kaza's just picked him up a penalty that is large enough, without a doubt, for France K88 to take that position from him and put his team and himself into the top 5. And man, boy, howdy, I'll tell you what, it takes some doing to be in this lobby, period. But to be in top 5, racing against the defending champion currently, Kaza is opening up that gap even further now because he knows he has to get away. He is sending it right now. He knows he's got to get as much distance as he possibly can. And he's almost there. He's almost got him out of the draft. Into the carousel they go. This is going to be really interesting. France K88 is now closing that gap back out. He got a better run there. And here comes the deceleration zone, in the most horrible spot for a deceleration zone in the game. And he is easily going to zing by. Kaza drops out of P5. Now France K88 is going to play the stay out of my draft game. OVO to the lead, indeed. Yes, sir, Paymay. This is the closest thing to a battle we've got on track, though, so we got to sit here and play this out. We got to watch how this plays out, because I think this is going to be a battle for the remainder of the race, for the remainder of this stint, and perhaps the remainder of the race, but at least for this stint, these guys have very nearly identical fuel. They're on the same compound, and let's see, an 8:17 was France's last lap, and an 8:30 for Kaza's last lap, but he had damage. So we'll see on this lap. I believe they're very, very equally paced. Although without Project One racing car, the number 20 there is definitely looking pretty spicy. Love it. I believe Kaza is now firmly outside of the slipstream. But gaining. France K88 getting a little bit of slideways there. Gonna lose him a little bit more time. Yes, indeed. Kaza got a better run for sure. He's gaining that time right back up and is back within the slipstream range. Ooh, snap. Kaz went a little bit wide there. Definitely doing some very expensive landscaping. I thought it was an incredibly expensive landscaping job you're doing, son. Down to 8/10. These guys are both pushing on those mediums, man. Absolutely pushing. To me, so I know that they don't, right? I know that the mediums don't have the grip that the softs do. But for me personally, mediums feel like they do, but they don't. When I get on softs, I don't feel like I'm faster than what I am. Oh, we gotta see how this is gonna play out. I don't feel like I'm faster than what I am. Question being, is Humbert gonna come out on the softs again? It looks as though he is. Half a tank roughly to get to the end. Little bit more than half a tank, and yeah, he is coming out on the sauce. Let's see how far behind Melvin he is now, though. This Ferrari's been really, really strong. 27 seconds thus far, but has the bleeding stopped? 28 now. Gonna take a moment to wake those tires up and get them into optimal conditions for running an optimal lap. It looks as though 28 seconds is where the bleeding will stop at. Slightly more fuel than the Ferrari, but a lap or two better on the tires. So this is going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Matty now a minute 54 seconds in behind P2 for the Feel Good Racing team. That 303 Porsche's been looking brilliant all race long. A minute and 46 second gap over Liam, who has a 32.2 second gap over France K88. And that seems to be dropping. Uh-oh. King Ears left the room. You must have been just in here. Oh! Big moment there. Let's take a little look-ski at that. Are we going to see it right here? Yes! Big old drift. Again from Kaza. Dude, that guy can drift, y'all. That's two races in the IRO in a row that I've seen Kaza just get slideways. And he didn't lose a whole lot of time, too. Probably 0.3 of a second there on that drift, which really isn't bad, because I would have either one crash or two lost a whole lot more time than 0.3 of a second, I can tell you that. Jaeger! What's going on, buddy? How you doing, my guy? How you doing? Are you up next? Is your stint next, or are you stint 10? or 11. I know you got another one coming up. So Kaza with a 2-minute 15-second lead over Gelé for the Inferno Racing team in the other BMW out on track. I really like that livery too. It just works. It just works. Get prepared for some Jaeger Okie. What you singing today, my guy? What you singing today? Or what era? You know how to tell us a song. How about you give us some clues? What era? What genre? I tell you, I'm a firm believer that everybody wants to hear you singing "I'm a Barbie Girl." A song. Oh, well, there you go. You got to do "I'm a Barbie Girl" now. You just asked me for requests. 80s, 90s pop, copy. So Gelé with a 35-second gap over Jonathan. Jonathan with a 9.8-second gap over Juge, who is sending it, and that. Look at the air right there. I love that. And our Tommy, 32-second gap to Gish. 3 minutes, 37 seconds to Zerdaxium here for the Portugal All-Stars team. The other Ferrari on track. Oh boy, and he's doing some expensive landscaping over there. Well done to hold on to that race car. Man, boy howdy. And number 4 either is got some skills to pay the bills, or he just got incredibly lucky there. And really, I'd have to say that was flat out skills. That's wasn't no luck there. You can see he's still dealing with the dirty shoes though. So Hyde 3 minutes and 39 seconds in behind. Oh, and he got damaged somewhere. He picked up some damage, so he's going to be making a pit stop here. All right, let's check back in on Melvin. Has gained a second on Humbert. Humbert's shoes just now starting to really get good and warmed up now. Again, fastest man on the racetrack currently. Racing circuit, rather. I don't know. It's not a racetrack. I know that technically it's a road course. So I guess it's not a circuit either. Really, it's a road course. But at least I think that's the way it goes. I could be wrong. On to the Darlington Hill. One minute and 16-second gap now to Matty. Matty running his fastest sector. tell me that don't just sound lovely. It all started with Barbie Girl, by the way, and I don't do the same song. Did it really? Are you kidding me? You've got to be kidding me. Because I want to hear that. I really do. That's got to be great. That's got to be absolutely fantastic. It gets my vote for #1 best Jaegeroki. I haven't even heard it. Just a few more laps to go, and things are definitely spicing up a little bit. As this race goes on, 30-second gap from Liam to France K88 in P5. 1.3-second gap over Kaza. And Kaza, how did you get those lights, man? That's cheating, dude. I want some cool-looking lights like that. I've only just realized that. His lights are totally different. How did I not notice that before? That is blatantly obvious. But still, closest thing to a battle we've got is right here, y'all. So we might as well stay tuned in here for a moment. And then, unless anybody has a request that they would like to see some gap coverage. Gap coverage sounds like an insurance salesman. Or a car salesman. Oh man alive. Ooh, Kaza going a little bit wide there. Holds on to her though, thankfully. Yeah, these guys definitely have plenty of fuel and plenty of tire to finish out the remainder of this stint. Only this lap and 3 more racing laps to go. They should be well covered to be able to pull that off for sure. So again, they'll pit at the end of lap 14. So, I mean, you do have to count that as a lap as well. So I guess it is 4 laps. Well, 3.5, because they're coming out on dotting to her now, so. Jaeger, you can't be doing karaoke until I get into the stream, sir. Which means you have to wait for my stream to be done with. Oh. Somebody got to tell him. Somebody got to tell him he's already done fired up his stream. France K88 is sending it, and so is Kaza. Kaza is just right there, 1.7 seconds off. He's just growing that gap just by minuscule amounts, and then he'll lose it a tiny bit, and then grow it back, lose it a tiny bit. Kaza better into the braking there. But France K88 got a great run out of the chicane there. Onto the GP circuit they go. Oh man alive, y'all. Stinking sore. So we'll get out. got one for you, Jaeger. It's not exactly pop music, but how about some good old-fashioned George Thorogood's old-timer rock and roll? That'd be a good one for you. Jelly now coming in for a final pit stop. Oh, that's going to make things interesting with Jonathan, depending on how much fuel he has to take. It's not going to be an incredible amount, but let's see how this plays out here. Jonathan's definitely been working hard for my team there. How is this going to play out? Has Jelly come out yet? He's coming out now. Jonathan's going to be literally right there. And he smells blood in the water. He is going to absolutely send it. And he's going to have to, too, because Jelly came out on the softs. All right, let's get back to Kaza and France K88 here. Gap now grown to 2.6 seconds. And remaining there. Whoa! Big moment for Kaza there. Can't quite keep that one under wraps. Let's have another look and see what went wrong there. The curb caught him out. Ooh, man, that was rough too. Now he's gonna have to make another unwanted, unscheduled pit stop. And he's already 7 seconds behind France K88. So let's go see what's going on throughout the rest of the field. Jelly now 5.3 seconds ahead of Jonathan in P8. Jonathan only 7 seconds now ahead of She's flying. He has absolutely been sending it, trying to gain back some of those positions that the team has worked so incredibly hard for. Let's see, it is dwindling a little bit at a time here. Even if he can pick up just one more position for the next racer may be able to pick one more position up and get him up into the top 7 at least, which would not be bad at all. Jish only with a 28.4 second gap over Anatomy here for the GT Finland racer, number 66 Porsche there. He's moving and grooving too. So Daxium now with a 4-minute 23-second gap to P10, tied with the 3-minute 30-second gap to P11. So let's go back and check on Melvin again. 30-second lead over Humbert. But his shoes are starting to get considerably worn. Humbert, I think, is going to start now capitalizing. Oh, and look at that. Melvin comes and grabs that fastest lap back with a 7:59.961. That is smoking, y'all. That's smoking pretty good. That's the fastest lap we've seen in the race thus far, I do believe. I believe an 8-minute flat was the fastest I had seen prior to that. Somebody let us know up in the chat. My poor Ginger Ninja. Yeah, somebody let us know up in the chat if we've seen a faster lap than a 7:59.961. Currently held by Melvin. For Team NWR right there, the 224 Ferrari. Again, that car has looked incredibly strong all day. This team has been laying it down. This is like the third, fourth, fifth time we've seen them leading this race. Sub 8, get out of here. I know, right? Yeah, 7:59.961. Melvin is absolutely sending it in that Ferrari. The 296 putting in work. And this driver's been putting in some work too. They started this stint with only a 5-second gap over P2, and now has extended that to 30 seconds. That's quite a feat. You can see the tires have definitely fallen off though, because from lap 10, when he put down his fastest lap, to lap 11, there's a 2-second time difference. 1.6 seconds technically, but something like that anyways. Oh, maybe it's, yeah, it's 1.6 seconds, I believe. I think. I don't know. I am not good at math in my head, so not like I used to could anyhow. Yeah. Sub 8. Indeed, Jaeger. Like, what? Thinking aliens. He's still sending it, too. 2.7 seconds slower than his last lap, though, or slower than his fastest lap. So those tires are definitely falling off, and that time is coming down. Humbert here, still heavily in the chase. I mean, he's gained a second. Oh, a little bit of a moment there for Humbert. He's 1.7 seconds off the fastest lap. He's freaking cruising. Woo! A little bit of a wiggle. Let me see you wiggle it just a little bit. Oh. All right, so gap for Matty is now 128. He's nice and light on fuel. Got plenty to finish out the stint. Liam in P4, a minute 56 behind P3. in the form of Maddie, France K88, 26.8 seconds. And I don't remember what that gap was to Liam, but I'm sure it was considerably higher than that. He's gaining too. They both have nearly absolutely identical, and I mean nearly absolutely identical tire wear and fuel. So 33.1 seconds, and oh boy, did not see that one coming. We have rain on the course. Rain on the course, attention, alert, we have rain on the course. Is this going to shake things up? If this continues heavily enough, it may seriously shake things up. It's getting wet out there. Doesn't seem to be affecting the handling just yet. And it also seems that it was only in that portion of the racetrack thus far, although just as I say that, I see the windshield wiper come back on and I do see more rain falling again. Are we looking at a wet stint for stint 9? So Gelé, 2 minutes and 6 seconds in behind P6. Jonathan sitting 13.5 seconds behind Gelé. Gige now closing the gap to Jonathan down to 4.1 seconds. This driver has been hard charging. This stint to try to make up some ground for his team due to that very unfortunate disconnect in stint 7. Down to 3.7 seconds. That wet meter is dangerously close to intermediate levels. And he's still just bombing it. Down to 3.5 seconds now. Woo! Woo! Stay off them curbs, my guy. That was danger, Will Robinson. Danger. Are we going to see a position swap? I do believe we are going to see a position swap. .3 seconds now. Again, appreciate all the thumbs up on the stream, y'all. Do us a big favor, not for me, do it for the IRO. Share this out wherever you can. let's help them grow, huh? They put in an incredible amount of work, and we want to see the 2027 season be filled with nothing but World Tour drivers with a lot more help so that we can broadcast both stints. We need commentators, streamers, producers, people running stewards and officials, and IRO can definitely use your help. If you are talented in any one of those areas, jump into the IRO Discord and give a shout out, and they'll definitely find a good spot for you if you'd like to donate some of your time and take some of the weight off these guys and gals in behind the scenes who do a fantastic job here at the IRO. Incredible organization, have brought together some of the world's fastest racers, and we want to see more of it, y'all. Oh, and there it happened right there. Sheesh, now gaining that position. Oh, let's mark it. Let's go back and have a look at where it all went wrong for Jonathan. Oh, just that curve. That's what started it, and then he caught the little tiny bit of grass. It just could not keep it out of the dirt there. And Jeesh is up to a 2.5 second lead. Although my team, look at him go, dude. Jonathan's like, oh no, I ain't done yet. He is catching him back up quickly. I think Jeesh just kind of slowed it down just a little bit. He does not want to make the same mistake. It's what he just seen Jonathan do, because we are definitely in inter territory now. An intermediate. Oh, and yep, there it goes. Jeesh now. Oh, man. Now we got to take a look at that. See where it all went wrong. I just got done saying we were an intermediate. Oh, it's coming out of the carousel. Yep, I knew it. Oh, how unfortunate. Did he get damaged? And he did get damaged too. No. Oh, that is so unfortunate. Having such a great run, and that rain just come out of nowhere and threw a great big monkey wrench into his program. So now Anar Tommy looking to potentially gain another spot. Indeed, Paymay. Anar Tommy looking to potentially go up into P9. Oh, but he's got damage too. He's got severe damage, so no, he is not going to gain a position here. Let's run through the field quickly. Oh, Melvin has damage as well. Up to a 44.8 second lead, though. Sheesh. He's got one final lap. Is he going to pit? Is the question. He's on softs. They're fairly worn. He's got damage, but does he gain? Or rather, does he lose more time to P2 by pitting versus staying out? No, he's going to pit. I think that's a good call. Put on some intermediates and get rid of the damage. Oh, Humbert with damage as well. Everybody has got damage. Maddie with damage. Liam, the only car that does not have damage so far. France K88 without damage as well. These guys are going to put a big, big chunk of time taken away because they're not going to have to pit to fix damage, and I don't think that they're going to pit to take new tires either. Oh, things are spicing up, y'all. Kaza with a little bit of damage. Gele, no damage. BMW is looking good. Jonathan did not get damaged. Oh boy! Oh boy! Tommy did not go into the pits. He's going to continue this race. Ooh! Jonathan did pit. Wait, Jonathan did not pit. What I meant to say was Distinct Sheesh did pit. He's still going to have his work cut out for him to get around Anartami due to the conditions of the racetrack. However, they do look like they're slowly coming down out of the intermediate threshold there. Oh, and here we go, side by side. Oh, little rub. Uh-oh, there it goes. He came away with no damage, though. He escaped with no damage. He can gain that time back now. This lap and one more lap to go. They'll be pitting at the end of lap 14. Plenty of time if this track decides to dry out. He will get that position back just due to the fact that Anartami is sporting some pretty heavy damage to the front end of that race car, both front end splitter and both front tire axle damage there. And that's got to be a struggle. That's got to be, he's on the struggle bus right now. You can see Sheesh is coming right back into the picture again quite rapidly. All right, let's quickly. No damage for Zerdaxium. Hyde has damage, unfortunately, down to a 17-second. Oh, that's because Humbert did not pit. Humbert and Melvin are both on the final lap. I think that was a good call for Humbert. He's gonna try to utilize not pitting. To gain his teammate for the next stint. I mean, by not pitting, he gained 30 seconds there. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Apologies, y'all. 18.3 seconds, the gap now from P1 to P2. Minute and 45 from P2 to P3. Matty has opted to not pit as well, so he gained 30 seconds there on P1 as well, and is only now 2 minutes outside of P1. So Liam, a minute and 54 outside of P3, which he has no damage. And the track does seem to be drying out. We can see a racing line now. Rance K88 absolutely still on the move now, only 18.8 seconds outside of P4 now. This driver has been putting in work for P1R, let me tell you. This has been an outstanding run from France K88 here in Stint 8 for the IRO GTEC 2026 season. I don't know. But as much as I love to watch him race, I'm glad that he wasn't in here on this one, because I think that me tuning into him while he was racing, he was running so hot. I had to tune in and jump on board with him, and then he crashed. Consta is next. So Kaza, 36.4 seconds outside of P5. Gele is 2 minutes and 5 seconds outside of P6. Jonathan now 16.5 seconds behind Gele. The Stint Jish is 25.1 seconds behind Jonathan. Did he have another off? Yeesh. Just as I was about to say, did he have another off? He goes off. Enter Tommy 3.9 seconds. As I said, he did get around Enter timing again. Zerdaxium 5 minutes 27 seconds outside of P10. Hyde is 2 minutes 45 seconds outside of P11. Back to Melvin, who now went from a 18 second to a 23 second gap over P2, and he's about halfway through dotting to her. Oh boy, it's getting exciting, y'all. Three more stints to go after this one. 6 more hours of racing. An incredible amount of drama can happen here at the Nürburgring. 24 hours of racing with the IRO in 6 hours. Let me tell you what. Comes in on 1 liter of fuel left, or 1% of fuel anyhow. See what the gap is. Now, as he comes into the pits, 25.807 seconds outside of P1. Maddie will be coming in next, and look at the air there. Love that, love that. That was some good timing. Good job, cameraman. Little something like you might know what he's doing. Track is certainly drying out. Ooh, stay on that dry line, buddy. Stay on that dry line. The carousel, that's where we seen Jeesh lose it earlier. Whoa! Great save there. That was some skills there, Maddie. Nicely done, sir. Nicely done. Again, I do want to say thank you to y'all tuning in, cheering on your favorite racers, your favorite team. Thank you for coming in and supporting the IRO. Again, not for me, but for the IRO. Share this out wherever you can, throughout all the stints. Get it shared out there somewhere, at least one place. Help the IRO grow. I want to see nothing but World Tour drivers in the 2027 season. That would be fantastic. And I would love to see some help coming to IRO's way so that we can get stints 2 and possibly 3 even, maybe, who knows, streamed. 2 minutes and 14 seconds is the gap from P3 to P1. We'll move on to Liam here in P4 for the Elite Racing Squad in the BMW here. Hey, you too, Paymay. You too, man. Been a pleasure, my friend. So France K88 is gaining on Liam. He's had a great stint. Down to under 18 seconds away from Liam now. We got to watch all these cars come in, y'all, so that we can get accurate timing of the deficit to P1. So here comes Liam. We're looking at 4 minutes and 4 second deficit to P1. Here comes France K88 at the end of the dotting to her, coming into the final chicane here. We're looking at 4 minutes and 22 seconds outside of P1. Next will be Kaza for the defending IRO championship team. The Esports Race Asylum team. Kaza making his way down the dotting to her. Oh, and he is out of fuel. He is on fumes, ladies and gentlemen. He is coasting into the finish line. Literally coasting into the finish line out of fuel. Five minutes and 12 seconds out of P1. Next to be Gelé for the Inferno racing team here. The other BMW out on track. Coming out of the carousel, getting ready to make his way out into dotting to her, and here he goes, rounds the final corner, keeps it in line, manages to come away with no damage in that stint. Well done to all the drivers who did that. Shoot, I think there was only 3 or 4 of them that didn't end up getting damaged. That rain just came out of nowhere. None of the drivers were prepared for it. I'm betting what they thought is it was just going to be a little bit of a splash, and it turned out to be a little bit more of a splash than what they certainly wanted. Looking at, looks like 6 minutes and 56 seconds. 6 minutes and 56 seconds out of P1. Now to Jonathan for my team. Get you guys a final look at that brilliant looking livery there. Very well done indeed. And he comes in at 7 minutes, 18 seconds out of P1. Here comes G's for S7R. Looking like 7 minutes and 30 seconds outside of P1. Enter Tommy here for the GT Finland racing team. Finishing out strong, even with the damage. Comes in 7 minutes, 57 seconds outside of P1. Serdaxium. I don't know that these guys are going to have enough time to finish these final two, but it's 13 minutes, 27 seconds out of P1 currently for Serdaxium, and Hyde is 15 minutes, 56 seconds outside of P1. We'll see if they have enough time. I don't think they're going to have enough time. Anyways, thank you all again very much for tuning in, supporting the IRO, your racers, and your teams. And we will certainly be seeing you up in the chat for Stint 9. Got to tune into Jaegeroki, y'all. Can't be missing that. Boy, he's absolutely going to be coming in on fumes as well as Serdaxium. In through the first carousel. .13 minutes 31 seconds outside of P1 currently, and 16 minutes and 1 second outside of P1 is Hyde. We'll see if they are going to be able to finish this. I don't know what the allotment is now for time to finish the race. Up to 13 minutes 33 seconds now. .13:34. 13:35. And 16 minutes and 5 seconds for Hyde. And he is on fumes coming down Donington Straight. This gonna take a minute now. He's gonna bleed a lot of time to Hyde and P11 now, since Maddie has left. Hyde can make up a lot of time here. Oh, but he's got a 1 second penalty too. That's a bummer. He's falling asleep at the wheel, y'all. Oh. He is bleeding serious time to Hyde, though. Took that up to 14 minutes, 47 seconds. Looks like the bleeding will stop at 14 minutes and 50 seconds outside of P1 for Zerdaxium and the Portugal All-Star team. So now let's see how much time Hyde is actually going to gain here. For QRT. Considerable amount. It's like a minute he's going to gain on P10, should be P11. Man, if he hadn't had that 1 second penalty there, he could have bled off that whole 30 seconds guaranteed. Looks like he's going to anyways. Indeed, and then some. Yeah, that's a minute. A minute time loss for running out of fuel there. So it looks like 16 minutes and 18 seconds outside of P1 for Hyde and the QRT Esports racing team. And there y'all. There you go, y'all. Thank y'all again. God bless y'all. I love y'all. And we'll see you up in the chat for Stint 9. That is going to do it for me. Until next time, y'all. We'll check you later.